I don't expect any more questions, so I'm just gonna record this now while I'm alone at home. So here are my answers. Obviously there's no webcam because I don't own a webcam, but you do get to hear more of my lovely voice. Thank you, Timma, by the way, for saying I have it. So Daddy Train asked, okay, so she returned a question I asked her for her Yu-Gi-Oh vlog, and it was, how would the plot in Yu-Gi-Oh be different if you'd written it? I have bullet points here on how I changed this freaking anime. Obviously I'm not basing much off the manga, but there's a lot of problems I would try and fix here. Season 0 I would put into the DM anime unchanged, basically, from how they animated it before. You'll see why, because I want to actually justify it as opposed to forget it ever happened. Okay, so Season 1, generally the same. We can cut some duel talking because that's a little unnecessary. Like, if you want to learn the rules of the game, play the actual game because it does exist. We'll basically trade that in for some backstory on each of our enemies of the day. So we can learn a little more about the minor characters. We can learn a little more about what we're trying to accomplish here. And then we can start Yami's progressive change from Season 0. So basically, like, Season 0, he was a complete asshole. We can all agree on that, right? Because he just, oh my god. He killed people, he drove people insane, and somehow Yugi is not in a correctional facility. Seriously, you would think that would have happened, but I don't know. I think actually, let me go back on Season 0. I think I would address that. The fact that Yugi seems to be attached to so many of these things going on, like people going insane, and they all point to this one tricolored haired kid, and the police don't think anything about it. Like, I would change that. I would address it so that it makes sense for them to think, oh, it's just okay, this kid doesn't know what's going on. He's just a bystander. It's a coincidence, or something like that. Maybe Yami can give the police a penalty game. I don't know. Anyway, we'd start Yami's progressive change in Season 1, so he starts learning from Yugi how to be a better person. Because like, he just becomes a better person on his own in the actual anime, I think. Like, Yugi actually has zero influence on him, I feel like that's what it is, so I would change that to make it clear that Yugi is the one making him better. Okay, so Season 2, also generally the same. I'm gonna cut out Yami Merrick. Sorry, guys. I'm cutting out Yami Merrick because he's just... I don't feel like they did that well. It's like Yami Merrick shows up, and suddenly the original Merrick was a perfectly decent human being from the start, and it's just, oh, we feel so sorry for him. No. I'm just gonna have him go progressive. I'm just gonna have Merrick himself get progressively more insane as the season goes on, and that's how I would change it. Like, he would actually be in trouble for what he's done. It's like, you try and kill a few people, you'd think that people would hate you for it. Bakura, I'd give a more active role. Fuck your comas. So, yeah, I would cut out all of his comas, and at the end of the season, I would have him kill Merrick. Just to make Bakura a bit more of a prominent villain, because I feel like he has such potential, but he doesn't live up to it at all. That's basically why Daddy Train doesn't like him, but I don't know, he's grown on me. Season 3, I don't know what I'd do with Season 3. Say the same because I haven't seen this season. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't care enough to watch it. I guess actually most of the things I said for Season 2 would apply here, because that's when that arc actually ends. But yeah, basically, otherwise, Season 3, Noah's Ark, whatever, do whatever you want with it. Season 4, I would completely change. I would cut out a bit about the Orichalcos, because there are so many things wrong with that season, and it's not even just terrible animation. I think Daddy Train talked about it in her vlog, and she's talked about it a lot on Tumblr. Um, Basically, what I'd do is I'd have the KC tourney take up the whole season, and rather than these cool designs that really don't matter because we don't actually see these characters, I would throw the Doma soldiers there as these other duelists. Besides, the guy with the monkey and the surgeon duelist, like I would cut those people out and throw the Doma soldiers in. I would keep Vivian though. I love Vivian. Um, and then I'd also replace the other non-essential duelists in that tournament with some returns from season 1. I would bring back I would bring back the player killers, like player killer of darkness, which isn't a name, god damn it. So yeah, Panic, the Meikyu twins, basically anyone else who has, actually I'd also bring back Ghosty. Because I would think he's out of hell because of, actually no wait, technically he would still be in hell because he would have been sent there by Yami Bakura, and since we never put him in a coma, I would think, like, in the original I would have thought that Ghosty would have been able to come back because of Bakura's coma, basically. So it's like, well, the guy who sent you here is in a coma, you can go back now. But no, that didn't happen. He's just forgotten for the rest of the series. So I guess he would actually have to sit out season 4 too. Shame. Haga and Ryuzaki would be in season 4. Obviously, they were already in there, and they wouldn't lose in one turn. Goddammit. And basically, what I would do with the plot in this is address psychological repercussions of penalty game victims. Like, I would address how penalty games affected some of Yami's victims. I would address how their lives have been ruined, essentially. Like, I'd definitely address Haga and Ryuzaki's fall from grace, the damage it's done to them, that sort of thing. And since Yami's change has been going on through all this, I would have him be like, oh shit, that's actually pretty bad. I've already been talking for like 8 minutes about this. Okay, season 5. I would completely write this over. It's a complete rewrite of Yami's backstory because I hate it. Millennium World makes no sense to justify season 0. Like, I know it's, like, I am actually gonna bring up the manga for this. Like, season 0 is a thing in the manga, yet when we get to Millennium World, it's like, oh no, he was a good person, he was a great ruler, and he was a wonderful human being from the start. Why did he attack all those people when he came back with no memories, though? Like, if he was supposedly such a kind person from the start, why is he so evil? Like, you would think that season 5 would justify how he is in season 0, but it doesn't at all. Basically, it dehumanizes everyone that he hurt in season 0. Oh, by saying, oh, since his enemies in ancient Egypt were all demons and monsters and stuff, that means all the people he hurt in season 0 were monsters and evil and stuff, and so they deserve their fate. No, I hate that idea. So what I would do is I would make Yami a tyrant. I would make him a slave driver. I would make him an evil, awful person. And this would be revealed in all 1 or 2 episodes, which would basically be one giant flashback. And Priest Seto would actually have a legitimate point. Like, you're an awful ruler. I have to overthrow you for the sake of the world. I'm not sure what I'd do with Thief King. I think he would be in there as well. Maybe he would ally with Priest Seto or something, or maybe he would be caught in the crossfire of all this, and he would grab his Millennium Ring, and he would grab the Millennium Ring, and he would, do the thing with Zorkin. I have no idea how that actually worked, but yeah, that's what he'd do. So Yami sees all this and realizes, oh god, I was a horrible person, and when he goes to duel Bakura, Okay, so Bakura would get all of the Millennium Items in the background, and then he would duel Yami. Like an actual duel. Like, let's not have that board game thing. I don't know. The board game seemed weird to me. And at the near the end of the duel, Yami would be like, "I'm very sorry for what happened to you. I realized that I was wrong as Pharaoh, and I will use this shadow game to bring you peace." Like, basically, he'd put Yami Bakura to rest, like, peacefully. Okay, this is such a sappy ending, but I would have the rest of the season having him apologize and making it up to everyone he hurt. Like, trying to, like, Yugi's influence would have actually done something here. Like, he would actually become a good person thanks to Yugi, and he would figure out what's... Oh god, this sounds like a bad puzzle fic. Okay, so... Hang on, my screen went black here. Okay, so he would try and make it up to everyone. Like, obviously people who still don't feel bad about what they did, Yami would find a way to get around that. Like, I don't know, it's just a really sappy, stupid ending, but... Okay, he'd make it up to everyone, and then we'd have that duel with Yami versus Yugi, because that was cool. Like, that was a good way to end it, and at the very end, we'd have Yami's death mean a little more, because they just seemed to get over it at the end. Okay, so that's the end of that question. That was like 11 good minutes of talking. Okay, so the next question Daddy asked was, what's your OTP of all OTPs if you have one? I don't think I have one, actually. Like, I just get into pairings. If I did choose an OTP of all OTPs, it would actually probably be from the Legend of Zelda fandom, not gonna lie. Or it'd be from reality, because me, husband, yes, love. Other than that, I guess I would just, I don't know, some Legend of Zelda pairing. I can never decide. I ship everything in Legend of Zelda, except ironically for Link and any version of Zelda, as well as Linkcest. I don't like Linkcest. Although actually, it's starting to grow on me a bit. And the other question was, what do you look for in pairings? I look for a good dynamic, I guess. Like, if these two characters can get along in some way, or if they're really funny together, or if otherwise they're just a lot of fun to watch together, I'll ship them. Like, obviously that's why I ship shrimp shipping, which is basically them sucking each other's dicks off screen. That's why I ship steel shipping, which is, it's sort of like, I don't know, that's just, I don't even remember how I got into that one, man. It's just, steel shipping has taken over my life. Falter shipping, I just see really, like, have you ever seen those pictures with, like, the cute little boy, like, offering, like, a rose to this little girl? Like, that's basically how I see falter shipping. Okay, so that was all of Daddy's questions. Fox Mitsuki asked, discuss Duke and Weevil as a ship. I don't want to stomp on your OTP here, because you've requested that from me before, but I do not take requests. Please don't ask again. But I will talk about it just for you. Essentially, I don't see it happening. Sorry. But if it... Okay, let me try and think of a way it could happen. Okay, so Duke saved Haga and Ryuzaki in Season 4 from those thugs, and he got back Haga's wallet for him. I think that's their only positive interaction, because afterwards, Duke kind of picks up on the whole, oh, they're just annoying little brats thing that the main characters feel about them. I sort of see... I don't know. Do you think Duke's scared of bugs? I could see, like, a Togi being afraid of, like, spiders or something, and Haga just taunts the hell out of him for it. There's an idea for you. Go write fanfiction. Have fun with your ship. Okay, so the Twix remix gave me 5 questions. Oh dear God. Okay, 1. All of my shrimp shipping headcanons. They have sex. I can never think of any specific headcanons when you ask me for them. I just think I can't. I have too many. It's okay. If you gave me a specific thing to have headcanons about, I would be able to give you something. So I'm gonna skip that one. 2. Favorite video of yours? Oh God, I have no idea. Like it changes. Like basically every time I upload a new video, that one's my favorite for a while until I upload a new one. That's essentially how I work. I like my own editing style. Like I wish I was a little less lazy. Because I usually have to do a lot of masking, and it's like, oh, why did I choose to do this? Usually I like masking, but after like the first frame, it's like, no. I wish I could mask more. Like I wish I had the patience to do more of it. Like I think recently the most masks I've done in any recent video was like 16 masks in like a minute and a half. I don't know, it's pretty good, I think, but still. And thank you. I do thanks for the compliment on my editing style. Number 3, top 10 favorite Pokemon. Let me think for a second. Okay. Number 1 is Gengar. Number 2 is Haunter. Number 3, Ghastly. Like Duskull, Dusclops, Dusknoir. That's 6. I'm gonna give them out of order from this point on because I don't really know. I like Mewtwo. I like Pikachu. I know this is really bad. I liked Dialga, and I liked Moltres. That's basically the first top 10 Pokemon that come to my head. I don't like any. I'm pretty open. I've sort of given up knowing all of the Pokemon because it's just too much at this point. So don't ask me too many Pokemon questions, just for future reference. Okay, number 4, my opinion on Escargon. Yes, I love this character. Okay, this is a Kirby question, the Kirby anime question. And I'm actually glad I forgot about the Kirby anime. It's like the first anime that I actually watched with subtitles. Because like I think I first found it in Japanese, and I was like, you know what? I see a lot of people talking about how the dubs are bad, so I'm gonna try watching this one in Japanese with subtitles so I can understand what's going on. And I was like 9 when this happened. So I tried watching this in Japanese. I liked it. I don't remember how much of it I originally watched, but I remember afterwards I tried to watch the dub. It didn't work for me. Like I just gave up within the first 5 minutes. And then I watched it, and I tried watching it again when I like 7 years later. And I actually kind of like the dub now, mostly because of Ted Lewis. Ted Lewis voices Yami Bakura, and Bakura, you all know that, but he also voices Bandit Keith, he voices King Dedede, and he voices Escargon. I'm using the Japanese pronunciations here, I'm sorry. So, Escargon himself, I like him. He's very funny. He is so incredibly gay for his king. He's a mama's boy. That's fun. I just really like him. There's not much to say about that. I like jerks. Again, the last question they asked. Now, what are your most and least favorite Yu-Gi-Oh characters and your reasons why? Sorry, I hit the mic there. I'm trying to clean my glasses. I'll just give you my top 5. I'll discuss reasons for one of them later, and then I'll give you my least favorite. Okay, so my top 5 are basically Keith's gang. Technically, that's top 5 or 4, but yeah, it goes Ghost Kotsuzuka because, oh god, what did I slip into Japanese there? Okay, Ghost Kotsuzuka because he is a total fucking cutie, and he's awesome, he's badass, and he's such a sweet little boy. He's just the best. Then it goes Keith himself because I both find him handsome and awesome and really cool, but I also want to punch him in the dick. And then sort of interchangeably Takedo and Satake. Those two are the other two henchmen. I doubt you guys recognize their names, but yeah, I love those two a lot. It's kind of like they're to me what Veronica and Hank Ishtar are to Daddy Train, because they have like so little screen time, and yet I have so many headcanons. I care so much about them. And then the fifth spot is basically shared by Insector Haga and Dinosaur Ryuzaki, because, okay, other than the shrimp shipping thing, I'm gonna try not to talk about how much those two are having sex. But I so ship it. I ship it sexual, but I do ship it in every other way possible. Like, I do think there is a romantic element to it. I think there is a platonic element to it. But yeah, they're also really good on their own. Like, Haga is such a vile little shit, and he's so much fun to watch. Like, he's so energetic, and he's so mischievous, and he's clever, and he's smart. And then Ryuzaki, he's like, I think he's trying so hard to be tough, but it's just not very hard. It's just kind of hard on him. I just want to hug him, man, and then bone him. Okay, so those are my top 5. My least favorite Yu-Gi-Oh characters go Merrick, as well as Yami, because I've done this rant a million times. I feel like he didn't contribute enough. Like for God's sakes, there's this Tomb Keeper's initiation at age 10. Like, first of all, why when they're 10? That's what I'm thinking. Like, he still has time to grow. Wouldn't it make more sense to not have the scars stretch as he gets older? Like, wouldn't it make more sense to do it when they're 18 or something? Next, I just feel like the abusive parent thing is so cliche. Like, the dead mother and the evil father. Like, that's just so dumb. What is the Tomb Keeper's initiation anyway? Like, even Daddy Train mentioned this. Like, they already have these inscriptions on a rock that the Pharaoh's already seen. And the way she puts it, it's like, why couldn't they just tell the Pharaoh, oh, hold up 3 trading cards in front of a rock, it'll be funny. Like, why didn't they do that? My jaw's getting tired. So Merrick basically had no purpose. He was just there to tell us what we already knew. Like, I guess he could have translated the rock, but really, there was no point. Other than him, I don't like Noah Kaiba. I don't like the Kaiba brothers in general. Like, I like Gozaburo, but I don't like his sons. Not his biological son, nor his adopted sons. They're not interesting, I'm sorry. Noah's annoying, Mokuba's a brat, and don't even get me started on Seto Kaiba. I'm trying to think who else I don't like. I don't like Ryo Bakura. I don't like him at all. Like, he has no presence. I don't care what you say about the manga. He's more important in the manga. No, he's just more there he's just more relevant in the manga. I know I haven't read it yet. I'm sure, like, maybe I can be proven wrong with the manga. Unless you can give me some I guess, whatever, if you like him, but he just pisses me, his fans piss me off, I'm sorry. Like, I don't really care about the character himself, but the fans, my god. If I hear one more person call him a minor character, or unappreciated, or whatever, I am going to slit someone's throat. Okay, I think that's it for that one. And then Tima's questions. Which Yu-Gi-Oh arc was the weakest, in my opinion? Millennium World. I could sit through the Orichalcos. I could sit through KC. I could not sit through Millennium World because it was boring as shit. I'm sorry, like I like Mana, I like Kisara, I just the other characters, like I guess Mahad's cool. Priest Seto, they already determined that he existed, but why everyone else? Like, okay, Thief King also gets passed here, but like Isis, the guy who was basically ancient grandpa. Yeah, basically all those people. Why did they exist? Like, are they just space fillers? Like, why couldn't you come up with some new characters? Come on. Or at least base them off of monsters that Yami had. Rather than just the Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. Because those aren't the only two monsters in his deck, you know. Yeah, it's just annoying. And really boring. And nobody cares about Zork, despite the dragon penis. It's just fun to laugh at, and it's not just because of the abridged. Yeah, so Millennium World is my least favorite arc. How did Weevil become my favorite? He's actually not my favorite anymore. I think I mentioned that. He's only number 5 now. Because of Keith's gang and them basically taking over my life. But I got to like Weevil when I was rewatching it at basically his age. Like, I rewatched it like 2 years ago because I thought he was really fun. I don't know, I just fell in love with him, I guess. And Ryuzaki soon followed, and then everyone else. So basically, I don't know. Are there any of the mains I like, and why? Okay, like I said, Yami Bakura has been growing on me. As for other actual mains, I kind of like Honda. I feel like he's pretty cool. I feel like they should have done more with him, but you know, he's fun. He's kind of interesting. I also like Anzu. Anzu's so cute. She's great. I like all of the girls basically. And that's pretty much it. Just basically Honda and the girls. Like, I don't care about anyone else in the main section. And favorite card if I have one. That would probably be Pumpkin of Ghosts. Because zombies. I fucking love zombies. Okay, now if I run rants on the shit I don't like. What popular pairs can you not stand and why? You've heard me on Tumblr. Okay, so I hate most of the popular Bakura pairings. I roleplay Keith, and I roleplay Steel Shipping with a friend. And basically, the Keith in me has gotten pretty possessive. It's very frustrating. Like, I want to be okay with these pairings. I want to not care about Tender Heart shipping. I want to not care about Thief shipping, but they just make me so angry. I don't even care about these characters, and they make me really angry. You've heard me rant all about this, and my jaw's getting tired, so I'm not gonna do one here. They're overrated. Okay, end of story. Other than that, I don't really know any other popular pairings I don't like. I don't like bronze shipping, actually. Like, it's not that it's weird or anything, it's just so like, really, it's just a copy. It's basically like people trying to make tender shipping with Merrick. It's basically tender shipping with Merrick. That's all I see of it. That's the only way I can think of it. It's like tender shipping with the different characters, or even puzzle shipping with different characters, depending on how you portray the two characters. What else? I don't think anything else I hate would technically be popular, so I think I'm done. My Yu-Gi-Oh! No TP, it's probably Vaughn or Idol. Vaughn shipping is Haga, and Pegasus, which is so many levels of no, and being just as many levels of no, idol shipping is Ghosty and Keith. Those pairings just disgust me. I'm sorry. I know someone who likes spawn shipping, and Rose. I'm pretty sure Rose still likes idol shipping. I'm not gonna bash her for it. I'm not gonna bash anyone for their ships, but just leave me out of it, please. And finally, okay, there's two more questions, and then I'm done. Which character do you think does not deserve all the love they get? Merrick and Seto and Rio. Basically all of my least favorite characters. And then what annoys me about the fandom? I've answered this one already, so I think I'm done. Thank you for listening this far. It's been half an hour. So I'm gonna stop recording. Thank you for listening. I hope you had fun with my expressiveness and my voice. I'm gonna stop talking now for the next eternity.